So training in the academy is really different from real self-defense situations. Now we want to train as close as possible to real conditions and as technical as possible, but we also want to take care of our training partners. And so this one is a dangerous one. Then I'm going to just kind of show you how to do it slowly while also acknowledging the proper way for the uke, in this case Jesse, to take the move effectively. So this is a front headlock defense. And whereas in the academy, you'll see Jesse take the finish where he's going to grab my head, and in order to stop that, I can't break the grip, I'm going to throw him back over my head using leverage and technique. In a real self-defense situation, the object of this move would be to do this so fast, and this, believe me, the bottom falls out of you really quick once I initiate this technique. In a self-defense situation or an MMA fight, which we'll talk about in a second, the object is to make the guy face plant and like hit his head on the mat or the concrete. If you watch one of the Junior Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez MMA fights, this actually ends one of those fights when Junior gets Cain in a front headlock, and Cain does this technique and basically knocks Junior silly. So it's a really effective technique, but it's also one that we want to, and you'll see me, even though Jesse's really experienced and has been training for years, I'm gonna give Jesse a lot of warning before I do it, because once we do the throw comes on fast. So instead of Jesse face planting, Jesse's gonna turn his head and roll over his inside shoulder, landing with his back flat on the mat. If for whatever reason you're against a really trained opponent that sees this coming in a street self-defense situation and they do that, cool. You've still gotten them out of the situation they were in, which is a front headlock or an arm in guillotine. All right, enough of the intro spiel. So when we think of guillotines, when we think of someone wrapping our neck, like in order for them to wrap our neck, they can either wrap our neck like this and then have their hand in front where they can choke me. So go ahead and choke me with the standing guillotine, and we'll do the defense to the standing guillotine next. Or they can have what we call a front headlock, which would also be a guillotine just with the arm in. Now it's basically impossible to finish this one from standing. You can definitely finish it from the guard, but usually people are just trying to control you with, there's not really a risk of a choke here just yet. That being said, there's a big risk of letting a big, strong person control your head and neck like this. So let me have just one time. So you notice that when Jesse goes to wrap my neck, he has to have a down motion. So go ahead and wrap my neck. So you see how he goes down? This technique is gonna take advantage of that, because this technique, we are going to put two hands on his thigh, step in between his legs, and then step outside, and we're gonna throw him. We're not gonna do it at speed at first, but obviously in a self-defense situation, we would. So Jesse's gonna wrap my neck, right? And if I were just doing it right, I would go as soon as his weight goes down. But just for the sake of teaching and for safety, instead we're gonna do it step by step. So step by step, I'm gonna put two hands on his thigh or his hip, just like this, two hands on his thigh or his hip, and I'm gonna step my inside leg inside his legs. Now Jesse will tell you his weight's already coming forward, right? And so when he's gonna go, basically me stepping with my outside foot is gonna force him to roll. So I'm gonna step here, there's already momentum, and now I'm gonna make sure Jesse is ready. I'm gonna say, hey man, are you ready to take this move?
I'm ready.
So he's gonna look away and roll over his inside shoulder. And as I step with my outside leg, I'm gonna lift with my hands and bridge with my feet. And you're gonna see that he goes over right away, right? And you probably felt like the bottom come out as soon as
I can't do anything about it at all.
Yeah. So I've seen, like the reason that I gave the intro spiel about safety, I've seen this happen in competition as well as drilling. I've had one training partner get a concussion from this during drilling. I've had one good friend and training partner get a concussion, a bad concussion, in a jiu-jitsu competition where he was trying to guillotine the opponent at, I think, the first Toro Cup. And this happened and he hit his head, knocked himself silly. In a self-defense situation, you know, the person attacking you gets what they get. In the academy, make sure that your training partners are safe. Let's do it one more time slowly and from this angle. So again, you see as Jesse gets it, the lock, see how his weight goes down. For the third one, I'm gonna go right away, just and like, so, but we'll do that next. For this one, we're gonna go slowly. So my hands go to his leg, step inside, and as I step outside, that's when he's gonna go, but I'm gonna check first. Before I check, I will say the most common mistake I see people make at the end is they let their feet come off the mat. Usually he's gonna start rolling anyway, but just to make sure, we're gonna leave our feet on the mat and bridge, because that's where we're gonna get the energy from the bridge. So Jesse, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna step to the outside and bridge with my feet. Right. So Front headlock defense. We'll go over the guillotine defense next, but this is a powerful defense that you can use both from the front headlock with the arm in or with the guillotine. It's a little riskier with the guillotine, so I'll show you a particular defense with the standing guillotine next. That's also a really potent counterattack. But let's do it one more time just so you can see how fast this comes on. You feel comfortable with this?
Yep.
Sweet. So as soon as he wraps, I'm gonna go. Did you see how when his momentum went down, because he wants to collapse my neck to get the guillotine in the front headlock, I take advantage of that momentum and the bottom falls out from under it. So this is a very, very effective technique, proven in jiu-jitsu competition, proven in MMA competition. There's also some street fight videos where this happens. Trust me, it works. It's been proven over and over again. So drill it, but drill it safely.